I hate social media. Oh, I should really promote myself more, but I can't get myself to do it. You'll be surprised how many times I hear stuff like that from the most talented people I know. But guess what? They don't have any clients because of it. But also, on the other hand, they don't want to spend time creating content every day, buying photographic gear and spending time on Canva or Photoshop to create carousels and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to do that either, but we also want clients. So what is the trick here? What is the solution to this problem? Listen, I get it. You can't make yourself creating content because it's boring. But you know why it's boring? Because you have no idea what to expect when you actually publish it. You might end up posting stuff that is completely random, that you don't even enjoy creating, and get just a few likes in return, not to mention 0 clients whatsoever. So I want to share what's been working for us so that you can do it too. If you don't want to spend all day creating content, if you want to have a life, you don't want to manage a big team, you don't want to repurpose on 40 million platforms, and you just want to do the things that you enjoy that actually attract clients. One of the biggest problems on social media is that if we are not really in the groove of creating content, what do? We follow the big ones, the big gurus, and we see that they post all sorts of stuff. And how do we decide what to post? How do we know what's been working for them? How do we know if we need to do what they're doing, right? My wife and I have built a YouTube channel of more than 220,000 subscribers, right? We have a big Instagram account, we've got Facebook, we've got it all. But the way we got there was without really enjoying the content creation part of it. So I'm not going to suggest you to learn YouTube, all of the best practices, get good at hooks, interweave your story into your videos, cut it in a way that is engaging. All of that only applies to people that are really inclined to get that kind of stuff. I come from the cinema, so all of these notions we have applied in what we've done, but that might not be you, right? So if you're somebody that really is not too technical, barely knows how to press record on the camera, what kind of content are you able to create that you can enjoy, right? This is the main problem I want to fix today. If you want to build a brand the way you want it, that attracts clients, that it's fun to create content around, here's what you need to know. There are only 4 types of content that you need to focus on. Only 4. You don't have to become a dancing monkey. You don't have to create different carousels or reels every day if you don't like it. So let's focus on the 4 types of content that really attract clients and create your brand. The first type of content that probably comes more natural to you by default is telling people how to do stuff. Because you might be an expert on something, you might have experience on something, and you just want to share that. So how-to videos is the first thing that comes to your mind, and that it's totally fine. But you can not only create those ones, otherwise you become boring, and people, yes, will like you, respect you, but they don't want to work with you, and I'll explain to you why in a second. The second type of content is one of the most neglected type of contents out there, because we think people don't care, but they do care a lot. And it's content about you that doesn't have anything to do with your business whatsoever. I know it's counterintuitive, but imagine last time you had a client. How did they find you? Did you meet them in person? Did you end up having a 1-hour-long conversation about the most random things that you have in common? I know it's true for us. The best clients we've had, before we acquire them, we probably spent some time connecting, talking about what we have in common, our passions. We connected at the human level. People don't buy coaching, they buy coaches, right? So whenever you are online, people need to know more about who you are as a person. You would be surprised how many people will contact you just because they have something in common. Like, for example, I reconnected with an old collaborator only because I talked about a specific video game that was in trend that specific month. And I didn't know he was a gamer, and we connected and we ended up collaborating on another project. It's like that. If you share what you love just because you want to share, because you want to share a side of you, people will relate to that. And I'm not just talking about hobbies, of course, it's about your story. Like, suppose you find somebody on Instagram that teaches you how to create a chocolate vegan cake, for example. As soon as you fall in love with the recipe, you want to know more about the person that actually done it. And you want to know more about their background because you want to relate on the human level. And if they have a story there that you can review, that's when you fall in love with them. Because it detaches them from being this hero, untouchable influencer, and it puts them into a friend level. You want to become friend with people, and you do that by sharing what you like. What is the problem of only doing this type of content? That it looks like a video diary of you, and people wouldn't know why to follow you. They might follow you because it's fun what you do, but that's it. So they like it, they love it, but they'll never become clients. So we need to add 2 more types of content. The third type of content is about showing what you can do for others. You should talk about the results that you've had applying your method, your how-to, or what you've done for other people. By talking about that, you make it more believable for others that with your help, they can do it too. You are crushing limiting beliefs. You are telling people, look, this stuff works, and this is the reason why it works. Maybe because it worked for you. Because it worked for other clients that you had. Showing people what you've done practically. Don't just talk about the things that they need to do. Show them, this is the results that I got. Look at that. You could do it too. It's just 3 simple steps. Or maybe there are more steps, but you know what I mean. So the first type of content is about how to, the mechanics of your method, fixing people problems in advance that will gain some kind of authority in what you're trying to teach. The second type of content is about you, what you love, you as a person. That doesn't have anything to do with business. If people want to relate with you and your story. Then the third type of content is showing your results, what you've actually achieved for you and your clients. And the fourth type of content, which is crucial, is that you should invite people to get into your ecosystem. You should invite people to sign up for your next workshop, to send you a DM if they want to know more about something, to download your free lead magnet, without being apologetic about it. So if you are proud of your experience, you are showing yourself confidently on your day-to-day. You can even show what kind of coffee you're drinking this morning. I want to know if I love coffee. If you're doing this consistently, I'm getting to know you, I'm getting to know what you do for others, I'm getting to know what kind of results others have, and the first time I'm ready to maybe take on your solution or maybe your free resource or maybe get in contact with you, I'm gonna do it whenever I feel ready to do so. That's the strategy for social media. Now you know what type of content to create, like how do we make this stuff sustainable, because it sounds like a lot. So what are you gonna do? Long form content, short form content, which platform, all of them at once? What should I do? If you ask me, since I don't wanna manage a big team and I don't want to stress about content creation, I kind of do whatever I feel like in the moment, with a little bit of structure. So here's what we usually do and what we feel comfortable with. Let's see if it resonates with you. Again, don't try and copy everything you hear. Just add your special mix into it. But this is our special mix. I like to create short form content almost daily. I like to do it when I'm in the bathroom, when I'm queuing up for getting some groceries. Groceries? I feel I want to share something because something great has happened and I want to transfer that energy into a post. Do that. I usually write on my notes or maybe directly on Facebook or Instagram, whatever feels good, and I try and keep like a daily appointment with my short form content creation. I don't do short form videos because I don't feel they work for me, but I like to write. So for me, I write short form, short stories, and I post them almost daily on Facebook and Instagram. That's what I do. For long form content, it's YouTube. I love YouTube. We've done everything in YouTube since 2016, so I feel comfortable. I love the community that we can build here, but especially I want to go deeper with my watcher. You are watching this video because you want to know more about how to create better content that attracts clients. And by watching a video that is longer than 2-3 minutes, we can get to know each other. You get a feeling of what kind of experience I've had. So my long form content strategy is purely on YouTube. And Because I want to keep it sustainable, I don't want to over edit this video. I want to keep it with one camera. We used to do with 2, 3, 4 cameras and a crazy studio setup. Forget about that. I don't want to do it anymore. If you don't want to become a social media company, don't do that either. Just pick from the heart, but also create content that is specific to your ideal client. This way, this is what's going to happen. People will find you with the short form content because basically there's more of it around. Instagram and Facebook, people will find you because of that. But then what you can do is invite people to watch your long form content so they can go deeper with you. They can spend more time watching your videos, binge watch them if you structure them properly. And that's when people get to really know you. And if you've done this cycle of the 4 types of content, that will end up into a piece of content that says, hey, check out this workshop that I have, or hey, you want to get deeper on this and get my free resource? Send me a DM, and whatever call to action you have around. At some point, they'll find you and they'll contact you. That's it. There's no funnel here. It's more trying to put yourself out there and build a brand around your values, about yourself, your story, your method, your results, and finally inviting people to get in contact. That's it. If you are below 1 million a year, I wouldn't overcomplicate things. What is the platform that you like to hang around the most? But most importantly, what is the platform that you enjoy creating content for the most? For example, I don't really spend too much time on Instagram. I know I'm a weirdo. I spend more time on Facebook. And on Facebook, I love to post pictures that I usually take during the day, so I don't actively allocate time for that. I just do it naturally. And then, like I told you before, whenever I have time and I feel inspired, I write a story that it's one of the 4 types of content, and then I post it almost daily. For YouTube, it's a little bit different because as a long form content, you might need a little bit of a script or an idea what kind of topics you want to talk about. So I usually batch record my videos once a month or twice a month so that I know that every week I've got one video that is going to be released on my channel. But my life completely changed when I stopped creating videos for the algorithm. I actually almost stopped watching the analytics because if you obsess with vanity metrics, you'll get into the game of feeding the algorithm, which will lead to burnout. You know what? Forget about the algorithm. You are the algorithm. Share you, do a little bit of research on your ideal client and what they would want to watch, but also make sure that you enjoy that. Because, for example, I am incredibly good at using Kajabi in all of its parts. I can create websites, I can do funnels, all of that kind of stuff. I'm very good. But creating content around that kills me. So I tried, because you need to try stuff, then I hated it and I stopped. What I want to do now is to help you forget about all the gurus say and do something that works for you, because your business should not just make money, but should also be designed around your lifestyle. So pick a short form content platform and a long form content platform, just one for each, and use the structure. See how it works. You do this consistently in a way that feels sustainable for you. Your content will also look more natural because you're doing it in a sustainable way, and your brand will grow. You'll get used to this. It becomes like going to the gym 3 times a week. You just do it. And after a while, it becomes second nature. That's how you do it. Because if you're not running ads, if you're not posting on social media, you are the best kept secret and you're not going to help anyone. So hopefully this video has inspired you to find a better way, an easier way to create a brand that makes sense for you, that also helps people in the process. A few weeks ago, I released a video that doesn't have much to do with business per se, but it's got to do with me. One of the crazy things that happened to me in life, and that also led me to a path of growing confidence, creating energy that now I can use to build my brand after an entire career in the visual effects world. If you want to watch it, this is the video that I tell you about. Watch it all up until the end because it's full of twists.